Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing okay, and I apologize if this video is a little long, but I have a tablet and I have no clue as to how to edit videos. I've tried to download, you know, movie makers and how to edit video apps, and I still can't figure it out, so I'm behind on times. But today I thought I would talk to y'all about what it was like to go through, well, when we had it, it was Tropical Storm Harvey. This is not the first storm we've been through. My mom is from, southern, South Texas, so, she's been through some hurricanes. My dad's also, our hometown is Corpus, so, of course, we've been through a few hurricanes. We left for Hurricane Rita, we stayed for Ike, and we stayed for Harvey, because it was a tropical storm when it hit us, but it was crazy. So, the to go through a hurricane or a really bad tropical storm, the key things are to always be prepared and stay alert. Watch the weather, watch the news, always stay alert with the weather, because hurricanes, you can predict them as much as you want, but hurricane's gonna do what it wants. Weather is always gonna, Mother Nature has her own agenda. You can't, nobody can ever say, hurricane's gonna go straight this way, because it can always go this way or this way. You'll have those spaghetti models. So you never know what the weather's gonna do. It could change at any moment. But the best thing to do is always be prepared. Always make sure to have a generator, gas, propane, propane stove. Make sure you have plenty of bottled water. If you have any like big pots and pans, big containers, fill them up with water, because it's not just for drinking or for cooking, but it's also sometimes, when a bad storm hits, you lose electricity, and you can also have the water shut off, in case of flooding and stuff. So you'll need, the extra water to, to wash in, to wash your clothes in, to pour down toilet, to flush in, things like that. So one of those manual can openers, because we have electric one, but it's always good to have a manual can opener, because with no electricity, how are you going to open up cans of food? Just make sure you have plenty of, canned goods, plenty of water, and in case you need to evacuate, also make sure if you, take medicine to have plenty of that. I know some people are going to be like, yeah, I know this already, but just for those who have never been through a hurricane, have no idea what it's like, and also make sure you have boards in case you have to board up your, windows and stuff, because that's what we did for Ike. My family and I, we've been through storms before, so it's not our first rodeo. If it's like a category 3 or less, we stay. If it's 4 or 5, we leave. Because 4 or 5, things start blowing away and then demolished. A lot of stuff is gone. And you could have a nice neighborhood, category 5 comes by, and nothing's left, unfortunately. But with a, tropical storm, category 1, 2, 3, at 3, depending on how strong is, you can stay. Just make sure you're prepared. In our house, it's been through storms. It's still standing. It's good. And if you have pets, make sure you have plenty of food for them. Like I said, stock up on medicine. If you have prescriptions and stuff, just stay alert. And if you need to evacuate, make sure you take all important documentation with you, everything you need. Make sure you have plenty of gas for the car. Fill up those gas cans, because when your town goes through a storm, and like with Harvey, where I live, every town was shut off. You know, all these little towns that we have, that you have to drive through to get to the next town. I mean, we are flooded. So if you were in one of the small towns, there was no way in or out of that town because of floodwaters. So you were trapped in your own little town. Let me tell you, I've always wanted to take a nice vacation to a deserted, like, tropical paradise, because I thought that'd be great. Just get away from all the craziness that we live in, day-to-day basis, and just have a nice little tropical vacation. Nobody around, just nice little vacation. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Because where I live, over in the southeast Texas kind of area, that wasn't fun. No, you couldn't go anywhere. And no place was really open. Yeah, it was not fun. It's like we've never seen anything like this before. We've lived here since 98 in this area. Never have we ever seen destruction like this. I mean, our backyard's kind of low, so you'll have, it'll kind of start to flood a little bit, nothing bad or anything, just little flood waters because the land's kind of low. Well, backyard is, if you get enough water, everything. But it's just, we have, creeks and bayous and everything, but they've never have flooded to where people just completely lost their homes like that. Now, some places out here are known for flooding, and they're in a flood zone. Those people have gotten flooded before, but it was nothing like this. I mean, we were declared a disaster area out here, and we have what's called the FEMA dome. It's this dome that they built between two schools that we have. It was like intermediate and high school. That was a command center. I have never been that close to military, vehicles or aircraft before. I mean, you'll see it on the news, maybe helicopter fly around, but I've never, it was like, I'm not gonna say it was like being on base or anything, but it was so surreal. It was surreal, insane, and crazy. I mean, it was like being in a very strange dream, almost. But you would have all these really tall military vehicles go around. You see all these huge military aircraft flying around, helicopters. I don't know the specific names for military aircraft and everything, so I don't want to disrespect the military or nothing. I'm not sure what the name was, but you would see them on a daily basis, bringing supplies in, rescuing people, roads cut off due to horrible flooding, bringing people in and everything. One of our churches out here, it was the Red Cross, and they brought so many people, there was donations and stuff. It was the craziest thing in the world. But when a storm comes, depending on how severe it is, try not to panic, depending on the severity. Now, if it's a storm that's not going to really blow anything away, there might be some flooding, some wind, but it's not like huge natural disaster. Just make sure you're fully prepared with everything. But if it's more severe, keep your eye on it. Stay more alert and stuff. Keep track of, I think it's the National Hurricane Center and a website called NOAA, NOAA, I believe. And that's, the best websites to go on to track the hurricane stuff. So, just always be prepared and always stay on alert. I mean, some people are like, oh, I'm totally staying. I'm gonna stay for this. And it'll shift more this way. Oh, no, we have to leave. Pack up the car, it shifts more this way. Okay, I guess we're staying. Shifts more this way. Are we staying or leaving? I don't know. Okay, we're staying put. Shifts more this way. I mean, you never know how the weather's gonna be. But it was crazy, because it's like you could only go down so much this road, go down so much this road. We have a Walmart out here, and you could go in and get food. I've never seen the shelves at a grocery store that empty before. If you're getting, I guess, a truck in or whatever, or the warehouse the truck gets its supplies from is out or whatever, then yeah, you might have a shelf that's okay, well, we're temporary out of this item. But we would have entire shelves just empty. It was so crazy. And then when we left Walmart, because, we would, stock up on food that, okay, we're running out of this kind of food or whatever, stock up on it. They had a line at Walmart, a long line, and they were only letting, I think, 10 people at one time to buy stuff. I mean, Walmart was even using cardboard boxes because they ran out of bags. And not many restaurants were open and everything, but it's you couldn't really do much because with the roads closed, you can't bring supplies in, and that's one thing I don't think people understood is, because there was, whatever milk you had in your house, that was it. We were out of milk, we were out of bread, stores were running out of stuff. But when you can't bring shipments in by truck, then you're going to be out until you can get it back in. I mean, nobody's starved. Grocery stores still have food, just, when they'll run out of something, you can't replenish it. So that's the one thing to always remember is if you're going through a natural disaster and you go to a store, if they're out of something, you're like, well, when are you going to have this back in? I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not sure. Well, that's unacceptable. I need a gallon of milk for my kids. You don't have any milk. Oh my gosh. Well, it's whenever they can stock up, so just always make sure to be prepared, be alert, stay safe. That's the top priority, is staying safe. So, this is actually going to be part 1, which the video is getting kind of long, but I hate that I can't edit videos. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did, so I can make, these videos a little bit shorter, add some music in there or something, you know, make it more fun to watch. But I'm going to do a part 2 soon. And I've kind of waited a little bit too long to do this video. My apologies. So, yeah, hopefully everybody's okay. For those affected, thoughts and prayers go out to you. People are still recovering. You have people who are perfectly fine during the storm. Nothing really affected them. Other people lost everything. It's mind-boggling. It was mind-blowing, basically. Completely insane. And we're still recovering. Recovering process is slowly, you know, starting and everything, which is good. We're rebuilding, you know, starting lives over and everything. So yeah, I will see y'all later, and I will make a part 2 shortly. Tell y'all more about it. Have a good weekend.